Hey, today I'm going to talk about 4 items that I've purchased and almost never use. Hey, this is Greg with Discovering Strength, the channel focused on all things garage gym. If you like what you see, consider subscribing below. All right, so over time I have experimented and purchased new items to add to my arsenal here in the garage gym. And today what I'm gonna do is give you a recap of 4 items I've purchased and never use in my garage gym. Items that either don't fit my purposes or I just don't like very much. All right, so the first item is something that others may love and it fits into their programming, but it doesn't fit into mine doing weightlifting, strength training, and that is the gymnastic rings. So these are gymnastic rings from a company called Gonix. I just got them off of Amazon. Really, there's nothing special about the wooden rings themselves. The straps I thought would be kind of cool because they have numbers on them, so you can ensure that each side is exactly level when you adjust them. But that turns out to be one of the things that I dislike the most because they're just clunky to get into place. You can't adjust them quickly. You can see here at the bottom that you can see the little carabiner you use. You have to disconnect that and then move it up to wherever you want it here on the strap. And that just turned out to be more work than I really cared for. If I were to do these again and change them out, I would probably go with a different strap, something that was just easily adjustable. But the biggest thing for me is they just don't fit into my strength programming. I think if you're doing CrossFit style workouts, you want to be able to do muscle ups, things that would be involved in CrossFit style workouts, then that's great. I just don't happen to do that, and so they just don't work out for me. All right, next are these Titan Fitness loadable dumbbell handles. These are the 20-inch version, and the original intent was to get these so that I could lift heavy beyond 50 pounds. You can see over here that I have my 5 to 50 pound dumbbell set, and I wanted to be able to lift beyond that, and I thought that these would be the perfect solution because I could use all the weights that I already have and just load them onto handles and I could lift heavy with them. But let me show you the problem I have with them. So first of all, to be able to safely load them and use them, I think you really have to put a barbell on your rack to be able to use them. And then I have these Mad Spotter handles, and you have to set those up like so. So then you have to first get those up on the barbell. You throw each of them in place. You can see how you got to get them placed just right to be able to load them, because now it's a little bit wider than my rack. And then I throw the weights on there, which you can see how kind of tedious and time consuming. You put one on and it's going to sort of fall off if you don't hold it. Put it into place like that. You then have to add these guys, and there you go. Now you're ready to go with one, but you can just see how time consuming this is to put a barbell on the rack, put these up here, load them, get your bench and everything into place. So in the end, what happens? I just don't use them. It takes too much time for me to set them up. It's clumsy to be able to load them each time. And so I just don't use them. I would much rather have more dumbbells. And I've considered that I may get an adjustable dumbbell set that goes up to 90, 100 pounds, something like that. I haven't really looked into them, but I think that would be a better solution for me than using the loadable handles. All right, next, I got this Titan leg holder. This one was specifically for the T2 rack, and I have the Titan T3 rack, so that is potentially part of the issue that I have. But I got this to hold my legs down when I do lat pull downs. You can see on the back there, I have my lat pull down, and I have just not liked this at all. You can see how it connects to the pins, the safety pins on your rack. And I can show you part of the problem here, and that is that it doesn't sit snug, right? So it just bounces up and down, and when you get your legs underneath there, it does the same thing. It just moves around on you. All right, so I'll show you what I'm talking about here. When you get into place, you just slide your legs underneath it, but you can see how it just moves around. Once you apply some pressure, it sort of stays there, but because it's so clumsy to get into, I just never use it. All right, so the final item I actually no longer have, but that is the Manta Ray squat pad. So I had tried one of these years ago and I liked it, and then I purchased it, tried it out, and the idea of it is, like the other squat pads that others will use, this one contours more to your shoulders, evenly distributes the weight across your shoulders. But in the end, the problem that I had was that it placed the barbell too high up on my shoulders, and it made for an awkward position. If they simply redesigned it so that it carried the weight a little bit lower on your back, I think it would be great. But for that reason, I couldn't do it, and I ended up returning it immediately. All right, so that does it for the video on the 4 things I almost never use in my garage gym. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these products. Maybe you love them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And let me know if you have other items that you've purchased and you just never use, and if you had to do it all over again, you would avoid them. And we'll see you next time.